Okay. All right. Hi, Gina.
Hi.
Welcome to our online conference. And this is Jennifer, and this is Gina, and she's from Colorado, and she's going to talk to us about henna piping. To us before we get started, a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Gina Outcalt. I live in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I went to art school. I have always done something artistic my whole life. And so when I started playing with gingerbread and playing with icings, I definitely saw the correlation between the artistic part and how much the piping tied in with henna, which is one of the art forms that I like to do. So I thought, I need to really start getting serious about, actually turning the piping and the art, putting that together and using it to make these gingerbread houses.
Well, they're going to talk to us about henna piping. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So henna is also called mendi. It is a bridal tradition from East India.
Mhm.
It is something that happens before the wedding, the night before the wedding, and it is a semi-permanent, lasts about 2 weeks, an actual stain. People
Mhm.
call it a henna tattoo, but it's not permanent. It lasts about 10 days or so. And it is just a plant ground up, the henna leaves ground up and mixed with water and oil. You apply it, it's a paste. You apply it to the skin and leave it on till it dries, and you have a stain. And the tradition, it's a beautiful tradition. And normally, even today, the brides have their arms and legs done with beautiful, intricate designs. Look it up if you've never seen it. It's a very difficult art form to do.
Yeah.
Uh, all of the symmetry and everything is done, completely without any template. If you're a tattoo artist, you have a template that you're going over, but if you're a henna artist, you have to do everything 100% freehand. Here is what a henna cone looks like. And so you can see it's really similar to a piping cone or a piping bag, same
Mhm.
kind of a thing, except that this has the henna paste in it. And this is what makes your tattoo. It is really similar in that you don't touch the surface of what you are applying this to. You
Mhm.
don't you don't get that feedback from the surface like you would if you were using a pencil or you're using a paintbrush. Um, you just kind of do it in the air, which for completely, when I saw the string work that some of the really advanced gingerbread people do, I was like, oh, that is so much like henna. I need to try that.
Absolutely. So it's more detailed, it seems like, than
Extremely
regular
detailed.
piping. Yes. And have you found that doing henna piping is easier or harder than the regular piping, or is it just the
They're
same?
both really hard, I think.
Yeah.
Um, and it's something that you really have to practice at.
Yeah.
It's similar
Yes.
in that,
Yes.
most of your time is spent, oh no, I put too much water. What do I do? Now I have to fix it. I mean, so that is very similar. I will say that.
Yes.
But so I'm brand new, so I'm learning everything as I go.
And so is it the same royal icing that you would put into a piping bag that you would put into the henna cone?
Yep.
That's what, oh, nice. And do you have any
Yeah,
samples?
I put some in this one. This is some real icing.
Nice.
I know how to roll these
Mm-hmm.
cones. The difference between this and what bakers are doing, the bakers don't tape theirs shut when they make those cones that are the parchment.
Mm-hmm.
And these we tape shut. I haven't ever had it explode, but you do have to tape it at the top there. So I thought I would try it. And
Yeah.
so I made one with the same, it's just acetate. If I were a professional baker, I would not use this. It's probably not food safe. I don't know a lot about it, but it works really, really well. So there's probably a reason that they use parchment. I don't know, but yeah, I've been having fun playing with it. I did these little dots. I don't know if you see those
Oh,
little tape dots.
nice, nice.
So
So it's a little,
yeah, so you can cut the end off of it once you make it as big or as small as you need. So
mhm.
it's kind of definitely similar in that way.
And so you could do finer detail to it as well. So
Yeah.
that little disc, can I see that again? Is that a cookie? And
Yeah,
so,
it's just a gingerbread cookie that I put too much molasses in, so it's super dark.
and
So
so
it's like,
then
oh,
you're able to, you regular royal icing with
uh-huh,
piping, and then you just did the dots with that. So,
uh-huh.
oh, nice. So then you can bag or a smaller hole or something like that. Would that do the
Yeah.
same thing?
Yeah, you can completely control the size of this because you just chop off the end.
Oh,
So
nice.
like when I get to the end of this, I can just chop it off here and squirt the rest of it back in, just like you can with a disposable piping bag. A roll of acetate, a gigantic roll of this acetate is just a few dollars.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could probably save yourself a fortune on disposable piping bags if you could use these for your finer work that you don't use a tip for.
Yeah.
'Cause obviously,
Of using the potato chip bag. So how did you get started with the henna piping? It's just something that because of the henna tattoo artistry in you that you just decided to do the piping as well?
yeah, so I own a face painting company and I do face painting at kids' birthday parties.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a few industries that kind of are together
Yeah.
and marketed together. So face painting, henna, balloon twisting, and glitter tattoos. Those are industries that are all kind of together.
Mm-hmm.
And so agencies that hire talent agencies hire all of those things together. And so I kept getting asked, do you do henna? Do you do henna? Do you do henna? You should do henna. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this on. So a couple years ago, I decided to try that. It's really hard. I can do anything with a paintbrush, but yeah, henna is a completely different animal. It's all freehand work, and so it takes a lot of practice. Uh,
Wow.
and then so it's not something that you can just pick up and just start doing and have it look really good. And so it is a stain that lasts on someone 10 days. So it is a little nerve wracking. It's not like with face painting, if I make a mistake, I just get a baby wipe and wipe it off. Um,
Yes.
but as you know, both of these industries are completely in ruins right now
Yes.
financially because of COVID. So I haven't been doing either of those things for an entire year here. So it's been a rough year, but
That's really cool. So have you, besides the cookie, have you done any houses or anything like that with the piping? Or is it
just Christmas every
just,
year, my family, we do it, and we all get together. And what happened to me was, this is a perfectionism issue, but we would do we would do it together. And
yes.
eventually I was like, you know what? You kids are gonna have your own house because mom can't deal with you guys working on her house. I just started getting like super anal retentive about how it looked and everything. And just, I was like, I'm gonna have my own house so that it can be perfect. And you guys are gonna have your own house. So that's kind of what we've been doing. We buy the little kits for everybody. Everybody has more fun making it. This is the first year I have tried to create my own, like the actual architecture of it
Yes.
myself. So that was a whole undertaking in itself that I had never done before. My husband is the opposite of me. He's an engineer. He has that engineer brain. So last year I just sketched up a drawing of what it was going to look like, and he helped me do it. But this year I did it all by myself. So I'm pretty proud of that. Not really something that my brain does well as an artist. I will admit that. I was like, I'm going to draw it out, but I use Adobe Illustrator. So that helps you like have things straight and be able
Mm-hmm.
to see the relationship between all the little pieces and stuff. So that did help.
The last question I wanted to ask you about your with the piping, what is the drying time on that? Do you feel like it's a shorter drying time with your royal icing with the doing the henna piping, or do you think it's just still the same?
really similar.
Okay.
I would say it's just about the same. One of the things that we try to do with henna, though, is that we want to keep it as wet as possible for as long as possible. The longer
Okay.
it is wet on your skin, the more that that dye is going to go into your skin.
Yeah.
And so we actually spray the henna tattoo
Yeah.
after we put it on to keep it moist
Mm-hmm.
on people's skin, where, obviously with our cookies and our gingerbread houses, we're trying to get it to dry as quickly as possible. And for either the construction or if we're going to do like a cookie flood kind of thing or
Yeah.
whatever. So that's very different. But
Oh, cool. Very nice. So we're coming to an end. Is there anything else that you would like to add to this conversation or anything else you wanted to say?
not really, just
No.
I'm excited to be part of the group. I'm having a great time. I'm learning a lot from the Facebook group, and I love that. So anything I have to share, I'm gonna put it up there, and hopefully, somebody could learn something from me, because I've already learned so much from the Facebook group, and I'm just really excited to be entering something. So
Yeah,
thanks.
weeks and getting creative and sharing ideas from each other. And that's what this group is all about. And I'm so happy to be a part of it and creating it. And I'm happy that you're on board with us. So welcome.
Thank you so
You're
much.
you're welcome. Well, thank you, Gina, so much for this conversation. It was a pleasure meeting you. And yeah, oh, there's my puppy dog.
Oh,
She's a big
still
one.
a baby though, still a baby, but a big baby.
A big baby. She doesn't realize that she's a little baby. She got stuck yesterday in between the two couches, head in there. So
Oh,
he's a rescue. And oh,
good one.
have a good one. Thank you.